Hello everybody, it is Al Knight, it is Brony time, and welcome back to Let's Play Spirit of Justice. That's right, when we last left off, I believe we began the case centers for Trilogy, and we are now going to be going into cross-examining Bonnie Pham and doing her mood matrix. It's only been a day since I've recorded, and I've already forgot. Anyway, yeah, let's get right into this. So, let's just check her. So, I guess Tracy's want to kill Mr. Roos. Even she can move the body with that lift. Man, guys, the pictures in this freaking mood matrix are always so funny. Like, look at us now. It's like over-the-top villain-esque thing. I was on stage at the time. That terrible mistake. My stupid flub caused Tracy so much trouble. I feel so bad about it? Really, if you feel so bad about it, then why are you happy?
Got it!
I have to say, Mr. Pham, you certainly are a strange one. Even though you said I feel so bad about it, it seems you were feeling happy about it. Ouch! I think I can guess why you were feeling happy. It must be because you messed Trucy up. I think you were happy because you messed the defendant up. I'm right, aren't I? You gotta be kidding me. Why would I be happy I messed Trucy up? I'm a big fan of hers. Because we saw you. I hate her. I loathe her. I can't stand that Trucy Rice. Just because she's a little good at magic, she thinks she's all that. So this is exactly what that sniveling brat deserves. We saw how you said you hated Trucy, right? How you were glad she was in trouble. And even how it was what she deserved. Ouch! It looks like I hit the bunny on the head, so to speak. Apollo, the noise level dropped. Now if we could get it down to 0%. Well, Mr. Pham, are you ready to confess how you really feel? What? What do you mean? I'm Bonnie, the sweet, cute little bunny. I'm a rookie magician working hard to be just like my idol Tracy. That's the character I'm supposed to be. Keep that up, Mr. Pham, and you're going to have a mental breakdown. Just let yourself be who you really are. Who I really am. The two sides of you are fighting each other and doing you psychic harm. I can hear them. Two distinct voices battling inside you. Just shut your pie hole! You know nothing, know-it-all! I mean, you mustn't say things like that or I might get flustered. Mr. Pham, how long do you insist on maintaining this wolf in sheep's clothing act? We can't end this therapy session until you get real with us. Set the wild beast inside you free. Ouch! Don't make me laugh. You don't know a dang thing about me. You want to see who I really am? Fine. Take a good look. Goddamn. What in the world? Sheep's clothing, you got it all wrong. I'm a rabbit. It's a rabbit suit I've got on. And I'm not a wolf, I'm a blood-sucking vampire. A bat with fangs and wings. Ah! I think we just opened Pandora's box. I'm finally done with that goody two-shoes cottontail act. I feel free as a bat. Defense, short therapy session is taking a turn for the worse from the looks of it. There's a perfectly good explanation for this. Isn't there, Miss Sykes? Methinks I created a monster. We blew it! Hey, you, lobster boy! Who, me? You think I'm glad Trucy's in trouble? That I think she's getting her just desserts? Well, guess what? You're right! Does this mean you admit to wishing the defendant harm? Well, the bat is out of the bag now. That mistake of mine was a work of art. Thanks to my goof, poor little Trucy had to do all that hard physical labor. When you say hard physical labor, what are you referring to? Because of Mr. Hat's new position, Trucy had to move both of these huge stage lifts. They must have been so heavy. What a riot! That's strange. Athena, could you please add that last statement to Bonnie's testimony? Alright, I'll update the Moon Matrix with the new info. Hey Apollo, now there's a new inconsistency in the testimony. Yeah, she finally slipped up. So what do I need to do now? Well, from this point onward, you just do what you do best. Find the contradiction in the testimony and present evidence to refute it. Alright, I've got you now, Bonnie DeFam. Sorry.
Objection!
That doesn't make sense. What? So you think I'm crazy now? No, that's not the point I was trying to make. But I don't hear you denying it. Mr. Pham, allow me to repeat your statement. Thanks to that, she ended up having to move the stage lifts. That's right, and I still say that's what she deserved. But how did you know? How did you know Miss Wright moved the stage lifts? Huh? According to her own statement, she didn't tell anyone that she had done so. What? So how could you possibly have known what she had done, unless you saw her? You saw Miss Wright moving those lifts in the understage passage, didn't you? You did it, Apollo. Noise levels are at 0%. But Mr. Justice, wouldn't that mean? Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Pham herself was under the stage where the victim was killed. And I hardly need to tell the court what that means. You are one artful liar, Mr. Pham, and one spectacular suspect. Spectacular suspect. Well, why, you shiny red lobster boy? You're saying I killed Mr. Roos? I'm saying that it's a possibility. What's more, I say you had solid motive to frame my client for the murder as well. My apologies for raining on the defense's merry revelry. But you seem to have forgotten one very important point. Oh, really? The TV footage. As you can clearly see, Mr. Pham was on the stage the whole time. The entire audience can bear witness to that fact, including you. Oh yeah. You have just taken a long and senseless journey, only to return to the starting line. The witness could not have been in the understage passage, which means the only one who left who could have killed the victim is the accused. Guess the party's over. But Mr. Pham knew something she couldn't have known unless she was under the stage. How do you explain that, Prosecutor Satamati? It's quite simple. The accused must have told Mr. Pham about it, but then forgot. Ha! Open those useless eyes of yours and take a good look at the footage. Mr. Pham really was in the understage passage. It can mean she was on stage and understage at the same time. You mean she was in two places at once? That does seem to be the only explanation that makes any sense. It may be an explanation, but I'm not so much sure about the make sense part. And we'll just have to make it make sense. Your Honor, the witness was both on stage and understage at the same time. This is the defense's assertion. I've heard some illogical things come out of you before, but this is absurd. I'm sure you'll change your tune once you hear my reasoning, Your Honor. My gut tells me you're bluffing, but I'll bite. Very well, Mr. Justice. How do you explain the witness was in two places at once? She teleported. There were two bodies. There were two Bonnies, Your Honor. If that were the case, it would all make sense, wouldn't it? There were two of them? I suspect you had a few screws loose, but now I see you are missing altogether. I see someone missing altogether. Is there a toolkit in the courtroom, Your Honor? I suppose, too, no 3 screws to the head should righten his putrid brain. Very well. Bailiff, No, wait! Please listen to my argument. Very well. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to at least give it a listen. As was argued earlier, Mr. Pham is shown in the footage the whole time. But at the same time, she was also watching Miss Wright in the understage passage. The only possible explanation is that there are two Bonnies. Almost sounds like it makes sense. What do you think, Prosecutor Satamati? This humble servant of the Holy Mother is of the opinion that we should lose no time in replacing the defense's many lost screws. But Apollo, it goes against reality itself to say that one person is actually two. But we don't have to be bound by reality after all. We're talking about magic here. So the Bonnie to Pham in the footage is the real Bonnie, and the Bonnie here on the witness stand, the one who must have been under stage. This Bonnie to Pham is our second Bonnie. She is? Say we call the one in front of us Bonnie number 2. I believe I have just a piece of evidence to prove that Miss Bonnie number 2 exists. Oh, then please submit your evidence, Mr. Justice. What proves the existence of Bonnie number 2? The fingerprint results. Because there was a fingerprint that of someone who wasn't involved. Different fingerprint.
Take that!
What's this? During our investigation, we found a set of unknown prints on the coffin on the stage. These prints were most likely left during the course of the show. But they didn't match the prints of any of the people involved in this case. An unknown third party's fingerprints? I was not told of this. Emma must have kept it from him. So the question is, who could these prints possibly belong to? Mr. Pham, or should I say Bonnie number 2? These are your fingerprints, aren't they? Yeah! Enough of this foolishness. One person could not possibly be 2. Those fingerprints could have been left not only during the show, but at any time. It's not like you to lose your cool like that, Prosecutor Satamati. And I'm sure you know that exactly when the fingerprints are made is not the main issue. What do you mean by that, Mr. Justice? The issue is, who do these unknown prints belong to? They're certainly not Bonnie to Phams. But what if they belong to the person standing right in front of us? Oh, you mean Bonnie number 2 is just second Bonnie? Is that what you're implying? Yeah, it's preposterous to suggest that those prints belong to the witness. I say they must belong to some other unknown individual. Prosecutor Satamati, can you really look at her and still say that? What What are you looking at? Take a picture, it'll last longer. How could this be? If we check her prints, I'm sure they'll match the unknown set. Well, Bonnie, the prints that don't belong to the real you belong to you, don't they, Bonnie number 2? Will witness, is what the defense has said true? Fine, I admit it. The fingerprints are mine. Then does that mean you aren't Bonnie DeFam? What? Ridiculous! Are they really 2 bunnies? Nope, there's only 1 Bonnie. That's because I'm Betty. Betty DeFam. What? Ladies and gentlemen of the court, it's time for a wondrous magic show. Gasp in amazement as a lagomorphing illusionist performs her teleportation magic. Watch closely, it's showtime! God dang, guys, those legs. I mean, seriously. What an amazing trick. The witness has suddenly split into 2 people. It's not a trick. No gimmick to it either. We're simply twins. What? Twins? So that's how the teleportation trick works. Ever since our debut, I've had to hide or pretend I'm Bonnie. All cute, sweet, and goody-goody. I can't tell you how stressful it's been. But I didn't have to hide anymore. That's right. Our days of sneaking around are finally over. The cover is blown, but they actually seem pretty happy about it. So which one is the nice Bonnie DeFam we met in the dressing room? That would be me. And the sharp-tongued Bonnie we saw with the ratings Raj understage was... Hey, who are you calling sharp-tongued? It's all starting to make sense now. So, Mr. Justice, this changes the facts of the case rather dramatically, doesn't it? It certainly does. During the show, it was Bonnie who was on stage the whole time, so Bonnie couldn't have committed the crime. But Betty, on the other hand, who was understage, did have the opportunity. Well, so we now have 2 suspects. Wait just a minute there, Lobster Boy. I didn't do it. That's right. Betty might have a foul mouth, but she'd never kill anybody. Hey, who's got a foul mouth here? Oh, well, speak up. Hold it. Please save your siblings squabbling for later. Betty, you must have been in the understage passage during the show. Otherwise, you wouldn't have known about the stage list being moved. So what exactly were you doing down there? Fine, I'll testify. Anything to get you off my back. Prosecutor Shatamari, Betty DeFam is ready to testify. What do you say? Betty, you lied to this humble servant of the Holy Mother. Hey, what else could I do? I couldn't blow our cover and ruin our magic act. Besides, am I going to go to your Twilight Hell or whatever for being a liar? You will indeed. However, it won't be after your death. Rather, I shall give you a taste of your punishment on this mortal coil. In interrogation hell. Now then, Betty DeFam, please explain to this court what exactly you were doing under the stage. It's true, I had business in the understage passage because of the upcoming trick. It was the fire trick, right? The one Mr. Roos was supposed to do? That's right, it's a very dangerous trick, so I had to make sure we were prepared for it. It was in the script, and I really wanted to see it, but I couldn't because of the accident. Shut up, you're gonna give it away! Anyway, I was real busy. Yeah, way too busy to have the chance to kill Mr. Roos. Well, that was certainly different. Gee, how's that for a flawless testimony and alibi? Shh, okay. Our magic is real. It's not a trick or gimmick. Oh my, she's floating. Your Honor. You can see she's being held up from below. You're supposed to pretend you didn't see that. It's a little something called etiquette. But, I can't help it. Whenever I see a contradiction or inconsistency, I just have to point it out. Now then, the defense may begin its cross-examination. Nope, the fire bucket was never used.
Objection!
I hate to break this to you, Betty, but there's a big flaw in your testimony. As big as the one in that floating trick you did earlier. Oh, harsh words. Well, let me tell you something, forehead boy. No one has ever figured out how we do our teleportation trick. No one except me, you mean? Well, we have better tricks up our sleeves. Well, we do. I told you to keep it zipped. Now, don't fight, you two. Mr. Justice, what's this about a flaw in the testimony? The script has this to say about the fire trick. This will be dangerous. Make sure the fire bucket is ready. However, we found the fire bucket lying empty backstage, except for a layer of dust. Ah! Ouch! You didn't even attempt to get ready for the next trick, did you, Betty? Yeah, got me! Betty DeFan, you will explain yourself. There's nothing to explain. Come on, Betty, we can't hide it any longer. You might as well tell them. Shut up! You can barely take care of yourself. Don't try and tell me what to do. Well, if neither of you will explain, I guess I'll have to. The reason Betty didn't prepare for the fire trick, she knew the show wouldn't go on. You didn't prepare for the fire trick because you knew, didn't you? You knew that the body would be found and that the show would then be canceled. Don't be ridiculous, you insignificant speck of a man. I'm gonna yank those lame bangs off yours off if you know what. Is that what you want, huh? Whatever, they can grow back. Now stop stalling and just tell us the truth already. Yeah, I can't reveal my secrets. I'm a magician. You have been chased in the shadow of an illusory culprit defense. And having chanced upon a convenient target, you have let yourself get carried away. Exactly. Where's your proof, huh? And yet, I can see that the witness's taste for the false words has also been proven. I advise you to confine a deceitful trickery to your magic act, witness. Deceitful trickery? As your court-appointed therapist, I'd like to add something here, Betty. You finally let yourself be who you really are. But if you continue to hide behind lies, you'll just be imprisoning your heart all over again. But all these questions mean you're trying to put me in prison for real, so I'll be behind bars either way. Does that mean you're admitting your guilt? Of course not. I can't believe you people. Everyone thinks I did something I didn't do, you lobster boy, cue ball geezer, head case brat, Cerberus monk. Cue ball geezer? Head case brat? Really? But Betty, calm down. Come on now, deep press, deep press. Look, I'm not the murderer, I tell you. Then how did you know the show would be called off before the fire trick? I told you, we can't reveal our secrets. We're under contract. Contract? What is she talking about? Be that as it may, you're obviously a suspect in this case. I'm beginning to see the karmic threads that make up the intricate tapestry that is this case. Huh? Allow me to summarize their assertions, defense. First, that the victim was killed in the understage passage, and second, that the witness and the accused are the only two who could have done it. Exactly. What's more, Betty knew that the body would be found, and that the magic show would then be called off. Therefore, it's reasonable to conclude that Betty killed the victim understage. But what if Betty knew that the show would be called off for some other reason? Like what? In the course of my investigation, I found it strange that the dragon set piece fell when it did. That, in conjunction with the body tumbling from the coffin in such a dramatic fashion, all seemed too perfect for mere happenstance. It was as though the entire chain of events had been planned out in advance. Planned out? After deciding to take this case, I scrupulously studied everything I could about the mass media in this country. I read the newspaper, old news reports, even browsed our tabloid magazines. A very industrious of you. I'm impressed. During this process, I learned about a strange practice favored by the TV world. A practice called the hidden camera practice. Betty and Bonnie, you knew about this, did you not? About the dead body appearing, the set piece falling, the show being suspended. You two were very informed of this plan. By Take-Two TV in advance, correct? Is that true? Betty, please, let's tell them now. I can't hold it in anymore. Dang it, fine, you got us. Everything the prosecutor said is true. The TV station paid us to cooperate with them on this plan. It was all a prank. A big setup planned out in advance. Mr. Roos showing up dead in the coffin. The set piece falling down. It was all completely scripted. It was all a prank? Bonnie, is this really true? Yes, Mr. Roos was supposed to pretend to be dead. That's how it was supposed to go. So he was in on it too? That's right. He was supposed to show up dead in the coffin. And then the set piece would fall down. Trucy would be shocked and start to panic. That's how the prank script went. What? What the heck kind of prank is that? But we never thought he'd actually wind up dead. Yeah, that was the only thing that was different from the script. Poor Mr. Roos. I'm so completely lost right now. Well, Betty and Bonnie, it certainly sounds like you have some explaining to do. All right. I guess desperate times call for desperate measures. Just this once, we'll show how it was done with you, so listen carefully. You'll never hear this kind of thing anywhere else. After our teleportation trick, I went down understage. Mr. Roos's body appeared from the coffin on stage. It was time for Betty to do her job in the understage passage. That's right, I used the remote control from the winch connected to Dragon's set piece. And made it fall down. And just before the dragon fell, I called Trucy to the backstage so she wouldn't get hurt. After that, the plan was for Mr. Roos to come back to life in front of a panicked Trucy. He was supposed to laugh and fly up away. That's how it was scripted anyway. But for some reason, he really did turn up dead, so he kinda just stayed on the ground. What kind of sick joke is that? It sounds like a terribly mean-spirited prank to me. The poor defendant was trying to do a magic show. I guess so. I'm sorry, Trucy. Whatever. It's all the ratings Raj's idea anyway. Yeah, it sounds like just the kind of thing a guy like him would come up with. This is the prank play script we got from the ratings, Raja. Dang it! You made us break our contract! Now we won't get paid! But where does this all leave us? Who killed the victim, and when? Yes, exactly. Those are the key questions. Mr. Roos was only pretending to be dead in the coffin as part of the prank. Then when he was understage, there would still be life within him. And if that is the case, then Betty, who was also understage, may be excluded from my list of suspects. Witness, was the victim alive up until he entered the coffin? Oh, well, now that we spilled the beans, we might as well show you this video. Greetings, viewers. It is I, the great Mr. Roos. We are currently in the middle of Trucy's escape trick. Having snuck through the understage passage undetected, I am now hiding backstage, preparing to play a little prank on Trucy. I am about to hide in the coffin, which Trucy will stab with her rubber sword. And when the coffin opens, ho-ho, I will be in it, acting as though I met my maker. Can you imagine the look on Trucy's face then? Oh, I can hardly wait! He's about to hide in the coffin? It would seem the threads of karmic destiny have led us to the truth. The victim passed through the understage where Betty DeFam was, and came up to the backstage area. We know this because Mr. Roos appeared to be backstage when he shot the video we saw. It appears that way, yes. In defense, you proposed the following, did you not? What if the victim was killed under the stage before being put into the coffin? But then, what about this video? This footage was taken just before Mr. Roos entered the coffin. Oh, so does that mean? Yes, it is horrible, but true. The tragedy did indeed play out right there on the stage. Went into the coffin where Mr. Roos was hiding. Trucy Wright thrust her blade. See? Told you so. So are you saying the incident was a tragic accident that happened during a prank? It would be an accident if the accused had no knowledge of the prank beforehand. So let us ask the accused herself. Miss Wright, did you have prior knowledge of the prank? What? Tell him, Trucy, you didn't know anything about it, right? Of course I didn't. I didn't know a single thing about it! Still think you can play innocent, do you? That case, you leave me little choice but to present this piece of evidence. Looks like some sort of note. That's... I found this note in the dressing room after the incident. At the time, I did not understand what it meant, but it's all clear to me now. What's this? Let's see. It says, get the video camera after Mr. Roos comes tumbling out. Is a note signed by the accused, instructing Bonnie to collect Mr. Roos's video camera from him, it seems. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. I found it in the dressing room before the show. When I saw it, I realized that Trucy knew about the prank. It does bear her signature. I'll give you that much. So the defendant had prior knowledge of the prank. It would appear so, yes. When she learned about the plan to trick her, she decided to use it to her own advantage. So she thrust the steel sword into the coffin where the victim stood chuckling to himself. Is that not what happened, Miss Wright? Of course not! And I didn't write or sign that note! Ah, but the handwriting matches yours. All the evidence and testimony points to you being the culprit. But I didn't do it! It wasn't me! Then explain the existence of this note. You can do that, can you not? I can't explain it. I didn't write it, so I don't understand. I didn't kill Mr. Roos. You have to believe me. The silence is deafening. Continue struggling against the threads of your own karma if you wish, accused. Even as you are inescapably caught in the web of fate you've spun for yourself. Miss Wright, it is time to resign yourself to your fate. No, I didn't do it. I knew it. That sweet-looking girl, a murderer? Did she call us in with that act of hers? I told you, I knew she was a homicidal witch from the start. But I didn't do it. I really didn't. Why doesn't anybody believe me? Shut up, you killer. We won't fall for that anymore. This is bad. Your Honor, I suggest we put an end to this tragedy now. Give your official ruling and let us offer the victim's soul the last rites it deserves. Very well. I suppose I have no other choice. This court hereby finds the defendant, Trilogy.
Objection!
The defense has an objection. Apollo? Even now, you would. I won't give up, and I refuse to let either of them down. Mr. Wright is counting on me, and Trilogy, who's put all of her faith in me. Mr. Justice, the fact that you have raised an objection means that you have evidence with which to refute the prosecution's claims, correct? Yes, of course, Your Honor. Do we really have anything, Apollo? Actually, we do. There's one piece of evidence we can present here. Very well, Mr. Justice, you may proceed. As we saw in the show footage, there's no question that and it thrusts the sword into the coffin. The defense doesn't dispute this point. But let us not forget that this was a magic show, filled with tricks and illusions. We can't take everything we see at face value. So you're saying some sleight of hand was somehow involved? Yes, the defense contends that the sword the defendant used was not the cause of death. Now, what was it Trilogy told me she did just before she thrust the sword into the coffin? Very well, let us see your evidence, then, Mr. Justice. But remember, you interrupted my verdict to make this claim. You'll be severely penalized if I find you've been bluffing. That's fine, Your Honor. This shows that it's possible that the sword Mr. Wright used is not the case of death. Alright, well, we have to end it here. We are over time. God, that went on for a bit. I guess there was a lot to reveal, and we learned a lot new information, but we'll figure it out next time. So thank you all for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to time for more content, especially more Spirit of Justice. Also, please make sure to share this video far and wide so we can get as many eyes on the series as possible. I will see you all next time.